All right, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night, and at least in the continental United States, and my name is Tallgrant, and I'm here with Beauty and Discovery, and we're getting set for Porom Week on Film Friends.
Indeed, we are, Grant. This is an exciting week. It's always nice to start out with a white mage, even if she is quote unquote the inferior white mage. I think many would disagree, yourself included. But nonetheless, I think it's time. Why don't you run us down the objectives for this seed?
Right, well, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be attempting to, number one, find Plague and defeat him. Number two, complete the bosses of Lower Babel. Number three, drop the magma key in the well at Agart. Find Palom, Porom's wonderful twin brother. And finally, defeat the Dark Elf. We have four objectives required to win the crystal, as is normal for our club. And let's go take a look at our flags and see if there's anything else that's out of the ordinary today.
I also need to start my Lua script and mute some of my sources as I hear them going in the background. Baby streamer over here doesn't know how to run his darn stream.
As long as
All
it's not
right,
Baby Shark.
no, oh goodness. Have you gone through that phase with Loridia yet?
The song we have to sing every day is 76 Trombones.
Okay, that's more fun than Baby Shark, but I digress. So there's our objectives. What are we looking at otherwise? We've got K-Main summon the moon on with a force hook.
Force
A
hook.
little spicy tonight.
Mhm.
Most of our other seeds have been force magma. I think we had one other one that left it to chance, but tonight you are gonna have to do a hook route. Now, hook routes are really where Porom shines, in my opinion, because she gets Berserk and Blink vastly sooner than Rosa, and Berserk and Blink are going to be your friend on that route for a lot of bosses you find there. As always, is a key item. C standard, no free characters. 4 start with a Porom, and we only have Cecil, our hero Porom, Kane, Sid, and Palom. So there's your party. There's your 5. Nice balanced party, a little bit of everything that you could possibly want in there. And once again, as always, no dupes. Hero flag is on, J abilities are on, and because one of our objectives is find Palom, he's restricted.
Yep. By the way, while we're doing that, Sarzak came and has redeemed the classic Play Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. We will get that scheduled, but that's usually been on Saturday nights late, so we'll look into it. Thank you, Sarzak. I appreciate the time, and we'll try and make it good. Anyway, back on tonight. So overall, this should be a fun seed. We are celebrating Porom, by the way. It's a special cross-club event. If you haven't checked it out, we'd highly encourage you to go take a look over at Firebird Lovers from the perspective of Porom Club. They have an async going on for her right now, and they'll be doing a live race featuring her on Sunday night. But we figured since we both were running Sea Hero Clubs with Porom this week, it was a great time to pay tribute to the character. She's, of course, a favorite of the Tallgrant channel over here. And things are going to be wonderful. Well, Beauty, I don't think we have a whole lot else to cover today, but as is tradition, I will take my sunglasses off. Since it's nighttime, I was wearing my sunglasses at night, but ladder shades are not great for Racing Free Enterprise. We will double check and make sure that we have the bow, music note, glove, and key on our seed today.
Indeed, we do.
Okay, and I will throw out the last little bit, which I may not have talked to you too closely about. There is a special super secret meta objective for those who can guess our film. It's inappropriate, so we didn't put it in the official documentation, but we're going to give awards out to anybody who manages to guess that when they run the seed.
Fantastic. Good to hear. That's actually, I think, new enough that I don't remember that unless we discussed it during beta testing.
We did not discuss it very much. We did not discuss this too much, but it's something that I threw in there that if I may tell you about off stream. But at this point, if you are planning to run this feed as a person inside Film Friends, this is probably the time for you to tune out because we are going to go spoilerific and get the race started.
All right, indeed we are ready for the countdown.
I am ready. You want to do it today? Do the honor today, sir?
Indeed I will. Let's do it. So good luck, have fun, go fast, Grant, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, Beauty. Play your best. I'll see you on the other end.
All right, see you on the other end.
All right, folks. That should be the end of Beauty and Discovery listening in. We have a Porom, no shock, and Elvin Sorrow's favorite, Sid. And we have Dolls here giving us a ribbon. Didn't see my bow, but hopefully that'll be good. Alright, so one of the keys for tonight is to not get stuck in the version of get stuck in the gameplay that I was doing for the practice for ZZ5. We'll turn this up a little more. There we go. Get y'all some game audio. That should sound a little better on the end. Hopefully everybody can hear everything clearly like they need to, and we'll get underway. Alright, so our usual opening is to go check the free item with Edward and Troya and then loot the public treasury. And we will check the item first, just in case we get handed an Earth Crystal again this week. We did get one last week. It was a super duper nice bonus. It made me very happy, and it of course tricked us out for the seed. But having Sid is nice, particularly because we started with an archer kit, and so Sid should have something to get him rolling. I'd just love to get him some arrows. Mute knife. Well, that's double zonk so far. I had a pretty high zonk seed last night, and I made a couple mistakes with how I ran it, including not going to the moon soon enough. So we'll try and avoid those problems tonight. Okay, dagger gifts everywhere. Assassin dagger to complete the set, I guess. That wind could be good for Cain. Well, it's not good for Cain. That's a crummy weapon. Diamond armor something. Ooh, second ribbon. And a ribbon claw. Great. Let's use one of our 5 exits. I'm going to be pretty generous about those because that's going to be there. So since we have, let's see, we're going to go shopping first. I don't think I have a whole lot to sell, but we will if we find something great. What have we here today? Nothing worth buying here, though. I do love me some Aegis Shield. How about you? Nope. Ooh, Dwarf Axe is nice, but Dwarf Axe is a lot nicer if you are trying to agility anchor, and I can get Sid back rogue glitched otherwise. Alright, look, wind can go. Diamond armor might go. Ice claw's gone. Dragon whip's gone. That should carry us through the seed for life potions. Let's see if there's anything good here. Nope. I wouldn't mind one of those ethers just to be safe. Alright, I'm not going to sit and wait for you, stupid lady. It's wasteful, but Porom's going to get exit pretty quick. Let's go raise the hovercraft next, because we are going to have to go down the hook route tonight. So we will need it sooner than later. Once we've raised the hovercraft, we are going to go in and probably do Cave Antlion. And we usually loot on the way down for that pretty well. Okie doke, hovercraft upcoming. Hope everybody out there is having a fantastic evening tonight. And of course, Sarzak, if you're still hanging around, I am very pleased and happy. I've been enjoying playing Final Fantasy VI. It's something I've come to really look forward to doing. So that's a lot of fun. We'll save here in case we run into something really awful down there, and we're going to hold off on equipping until we've looted. Gaia Drum's good. Tent's nice. But like I said, we still need to keep looting because we are going to find Cecil, we are going to find Cain. Well, I hope you're happy about Ultros because I'm working on a joke or two to throw around with him. You know, I just sold my wind spear. I wasn't that interested in it. For that money, that chest was not worth the steps. If we hit a Cecil or a Cain weapon, we'll stop looking in here, but so far we haven't. Carter Administration chest has not been checked since Jimmy Carter was president, but it has a nice strength ring in it. So that'll be a good pickup for Sid. Okay, and at this save point, we'll do our equip. I didn't see what I got there because I was busy looking at chat. Alright, Sid, what can we put in your hands? Charm arrows are good. There's an elven bow. We had diamond armor, and there's a stardust is what we picked up, so you can have the strength ring also. And finally, we'll stick Sid in the middle just to make him stronger. But we're going to keep the Porom because it's Porom night. We do love Porom just because she's sweetness and light. All wonderful. Rune Ring will be very nice for Palom later. But now the trick is going to be actually get some agility boosting gear and get Porom up to 28. That's what I think we're ultimately looking for. Elements. Okay. I don't think I have any arrows that are going to be appropriate for this, but what we can do is drop this big bomb on him. And then we'll go ahead and be done. Hi, Escrunt. Good to see you. Happy Porom week. Well, this could be our required Palom, and we're in the right place to go check it, so let's do that. We will come back and check Waterfall in the near future, but I don't feel great about that boss fight right now, so we're going to hold off for a minute. I am tempted to look in Watery Pass for loot, but I don't think so. I think I've got enough other places I'm going in the near future. Okay, check the pot. Poison Claws, worthless. We'll sell that for money. That looks like Cecil. Cecil doing some valiant work. Alright, so we are now incentivized to hit ordeals as quickly as possible. We have our 2 key item zonks though, which is kind of weighing on me about where the hook's going to be. I'd love to fade Fabul, but I'm not sure it's going to be the right play. 3 silk webs will probably carry me through the seed. Let's get rid of some junk. We have ribbons we need to put on people too. Save that. Don't save that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Anthony Barber. Hello, sir. How you doing, A-Barb? Hope you're having a good night, man. That ice brand's nice, but not worth that kind of money. Give me something good. Black belt. I'll take that. Well, good. Hope you're enjoying training those Pokemons. Alright, we're going to go up and see who the character is up on Hobbs. We are still looking for Arcane. And that doesn't hurt to check the boss, but we will probably reset out if it's not worthwhile, just because I think this party can handle whatever's going to be at Fabul. The real question is, do I think I'm good enough to go up ordeals? That's another Cecil with D-Mist. You know what? We're not going to sit through that. That's a long fight. There's no reason to. D-Mist key item's not on, so let's save the time. Okay, Porom, you can get this black belt on, and you get a ribbon, and Sid gets a ribbon because he needs it for his beard. And in the front line you go, Cecil. We don't really care about you too much right now because you are not paladin and you're not getting experience. But hopefully we can go promote Cecil in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and play here. I'd love to single dip it, but with the hook route still outstanding, it's not worth the time to skip it. Is this the gauntlet? Nope, just Water Hag. Should be no problem. 3 hits and we're done. Hi, Anna. Yeah, it does indeed help him fight better. So, Zoidbot did throw out a link, but if you are curious, anybody who's watching tonight, there is a live race with Beauty and Discovery. I'm not going to be too offended if you pop it open and watch in Khadgar, because you can see both at once, and that's kind of fun. But I'm always happy to have people hanging out in chat. It definitely makes it a lot more fun for me. Porom should be getting pretty close to exit, and I think she'll have it when we come back down off ordeals, which will be good. And that's where we're headed next, because we definitely won't be seeing the Magma Key, and we want to get things going. Baron Key. That's a good place to look for Palom. Alright, we are shopping here for interesting J items, particularly cure potions and elemental arrows and cabins. Crystal armor. Poison axe for Sid. That could be good too. He needs more accuracy. I think the bow's going to be better for the moment, but not for too long for him. You know, Artie bow is his best weapon. Ooh, Earth Hammer. Can I afford it? No dancing dagger today. I can get rid of that. Yeah, we'll sell that crystal armor and buy that Earth Hammer. And here, those are for in case we bump into Ruby. Soma drop's not really necessary with this party. If I had Tella or Fu, I'd love to have it, but not this party. Alright, let's hope we have the power to go do ordeals, and we'll grab a cane, and then we are headed for Castle Eblin. Well, hopefully Kane's at Baron Inn. I don't know that for a fact. We will skip the Martin Broadcloak chest tonight. I don't think I want to take the time to walk over to it. Hi, Emily. Good to hear from you. Wave, wave, wave. Blizzard Spear. That'll also be nice for dealing with a Ruby later, assuming I can find Kane. Go, Porom, go! But yes, I did declare it to be Porom Week, and we are celebrating that on this channel. Sork Robe. That is a solid pickup, and was definitely worth the time to step over and grab. Alright. Sid, why don't we get this off of you for now? We'll get you some Earth Hammer action. And Porom probably will need the arrows, but we'll equip that in the fight. Uh-oh, Lunar Sparkle time. Always a little scary. It's Wyvern. Go, go, Grimoire. Who do you think you are, D-Mist? Oh, nice roll, buddy. That was pretty. Well, get your, yeah, I'm sorry the Bahamut emote's not available, but if you want it to be, could be in the rotating slot. Alright, we're going to save because I don't have great confidence that it's not going to be like that again. Good roll on the Grimoire, though, guys. That was great. Karate Man. This should also be no problem. The kick around the world. Why did we just change? Go, go, Grimoire. Wow. Send me to Vegas. Holy moly. Lucky. Alright, I can dig it. Alright, since we are on Sea Hero, there's a couple changes to how things work. We're going to anchor the entire game around Porom. We're also going to send Porom in to do this fight by her lonesome self. And I'm a little bit brave about how I'm going to handle it because I sent her in without saving, but I think with the J items I should be able to pull through this regardless of what kind of awfulness might be waiting for us here. Zeus Gauntlets, we have another Zonk. Baron Inn is, or Baron Castle is going to be our way, and it's the frickin' Alt Gauntlet. Not what I was after. Alright, well, let's see how many J items I have to get through this fight. Oh, go, go, Grimoire. The nice thing is she'll heal between fights, but this is going to be a little rough. And of course I left her in the front row. That'll work. That makes that a lot more doable. It's still slow though. This is obnoxious, but it was worth it to get Cecil online. Oh, she's still staffed. We need to get her a better weapon then. Didn't fix that before. Gonna have to fix it now. Alright, let's get you charm arrows. And where is that elven bow? So part of the problem is that these guys are strong against fire, so the grimoire roll did not take them out, and this is getting a bit slow. Cutting it close, Porom. Okay, so this should heal between the rounds, so that'll be good. There's exit. Lovely. Fight 2 of 5. This one could be ugly too, so we will go ahead and hit the Bone Boys with this Stardust. I might burn the Boreases in a minute too. Also good. Ooh, that's a nice pickup. That'll help boost Porom or Palin. Alright, we'll just shoot this one. Save the Boreas. That charm will be nice. That charm is not so nice. But hopefully the wolf will kill itself here. Porom is a she, actually. Thank you. No weaknesses for Porom. Everyone knows this. Okay, that was close. I'm glad we heal between fights. Alright, and now we've got two items we can use. So we're going to use a Boreas here. And then I think the last one's going to drop a Gaia drum. Probably have to wait through at least 3 fires and maybe both the stupid zombie things going. They do. It takes a little bit to get used to it. And the last fight should be the Gaia drum fight. So there's... Okay, I'm not messing around with this one, so... We are not gonna fool around and find out. Alright, and let's promote our Cecil, which is why we were here. Cecil will probably be rocking that poison axe next, until we get something better for him. How do I feel about where do I want to go with him? That should be enough for these two to go do Evelyn Castle. Just a quick check. I got the Baron key. That's right, I'd forgotten about that. We'll mark that on the tracker. Bingo. Alright, Evelyn Castle it is. We're going to look for a big holy sword for Cecil and something nice for when we find a cane. A Stardust Rod is also on our wish list, as is an arty bow for Sid, and then some better armor for the melee types. Porom would benefit from a white shirt, but she'll be okay with the black belt we got on her right now. We're going to go to the right. That should take us right where we want to go. Means we will have to go into Mysidia later, but we'll deal with that one as best we can. And let's back row glitch Cecil before we get too far along. Take some arrows. And where's that poison axe? There we go. And Cecil should be back row glitch now. We have 3 hourglasses. We will probably burn all 3 of them here, just to make sure nothing goes bad. I have messed around and made mistakes with that before. I do not wish to be that way again. life staff for Porom. That's the end game item for her to do the fight during during this Aroma's fight. So that's good. Okay, this is probably the scariest of the fights. Just because of the bluster and then the accuracy issues for poor Cecil. Alright, let's go ahead and put the life staff in your hands for now. That's better, Cecil. Much better shot there, Porom. And then hopefully Sid can clean up the garbage here. Nope. Porom, ooh, 420. Sid, I didn't know you were into that. Okay, that one can be scary, but we came through. We actually don't really need to heal too much either here. There's Blink, 13 levels on Cecil. Good little jump for him. Second AG apple. Those will probably all get dropped on Porom. Though we might drop a couple on Pound to make him better. Alright, who do we have here? Get the hourglass up. Alright, and now we're going to try and life glitch the heck out of this. So the right answer here is to be grabbing our charm arrows, because these guys are giants, and giants are weak against charm. And the elven bow. And let's see how much work Sid can do. But between those two things, we're doing pretty well. And there's our full life glitching. Excellent. So for those of you who don't know, this game has a bug where if you drop a life potion on an enemy that's dying, you can collect experience for it a second time. That bug is turned on in the seed, and so we took advantage of it. There's Charm. 5 more for Cecil. He's up to 22. Adamant Armor. That's a good pickup. So effectively, Cecil's about to become unhittable, because that's where it's going. And here's the third monster box. Great. Hit the hourglass up. Then we'll just get Cecil good and berserked, and we'll work our way through the fight. And that should be nice and safe. And it's hammer time. And if we use Earth Hammer as an item, it will cast a very weak Quake. I wish I'd had one of my other items from earlier, but I don't, so we're just going to kind of sit here and wait for it. Alright, and then Sid and Cecil should knock this dude out. And that's all 3 trap chests, and so I don't know if we want to stay here and loot or if we want to get out. My problem is I'd like a better weapon for Cecil and something good to give to Kane. Better than I have a Blizzard Spear, I guess, but this is not endgame gear. That's an edge weapon, and edge is not appearing in this seed. Silent Staff, Ninja Shirt, White... Not quite what we're after. Alright, so we've done all 3 trap chests. There's no more danger here. Let's go see what we can find. So there's 6 in the center tower. Aegis Shield for Group Aegis Shield. But, you know, Avenger would be great. White Spear would be very good. Defense Sword would be even better. Siren is nice. Lightning Arrows are nice, so this is already useful enough for what I'm looting here. Another edge weapon. The edge weapons are going to give us a lot of power. What other junk can we get rid of? Yeah, the Drain Spear goes. And let's clean up our items a little bit. There's the Baron key. We'll change that with the sword. Let's go hit the other tower and see if we can find a little bit more. Then we need to put our adamant armor most likely on Cecil, because he's going to be doing the bulk of the work the rest of the seed, and off we go. Would love a white, I think we're looking for a white shirt, an arty bow, or a Cecil big sword. Life staff, that one will get sold. Tiara, that's not really great, but that'll be decent enough for, well, Porom's got a ribbon, that's probably getting sold. Mute bell. Rune axe is good, not what I wanted good, but good. Alright, let's go do Baron Inn. Baron Inn, Baron Castle, and I think one of those two is going to give us our hook. Then we'll have to loot through Baron Cave and hope we find a crystal sword or something. Alright, let's see what we got for stores here. That all is Garbo. Alright, restricted weapon shop, first one. Get rid of all of our junk here. Alright, don't want that, do want that. All that edge gear can go, tiara's gonna go. Crystal sword's gonna go, second life staff goes, silver goes. And did you have a cursed ring or anything good here? More strength. Strength rings everywhere. Another Lilith rod. Money. Stardust is a nice item if I have to do an area attack. There's a Sid with junk in here. Sid with Odin protecting him. We should be able to take this guy out without too much trouble. Yeah, low hit points. Here's the harder one with the 4,000 hit points. We have Magus Sisters, and we just got ourselves a nice rune axe. Where's my rune axe? Hello, rune axe. It was a rune axe, was it not? There it is. So we're going to divide the health between them. You can swap out. You don't need to swap out, frankly. Just go ahead and roll. You'll be fine. Cecil will do most of the work here. This will be a pretty fast fight. That's a good contribution there, Sid. You should be proud. You're not Cecil, but you did pretty well. Please don't charm Cecil. All done. Beauty. Alright, that rune axe was a good get. Alright, we're gonna... There's Harp. Okay, so one of the rules we do about Film Friends on stream is we are going to check Harp sooner rather than later. Mostly because Harp has tended to pay out. And since it didn't pay out last week, I think it'll pay this week. Plus Harp is the vanilla Dark Elf location, so we're going to hope for good things. Alright, we know we have dolls coming up and we have a Stardust to deal with them. We are going to hope Kane or Palom are waiting for us in here. But once again, we do not have our hook yet, so I think we've got some higher tier loot spots coming, so we're gonna skip the 3 in here. What we are gonna do though, before you forget, is we're gonna pop on Cecil, and instead of letting him be running around naked, he gets to wear some better stuff, and why don't we get you a Zeus gauntlet to go with it. Porom will need to change out of her robe at some point, but that Stork robe is really destined for Palom. Once again, glad to see everybody aboard tonight. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm a bit tired because I was running a ZC5 seed way too late last night and way too poorly because I was tired. So we're hoping for better. We are actually, we started the Film Friends live races with Beauty 1 and 3, and we've since then been on a 4-game winning streak, so we're up on him right now. I'd love to keep it rolling tonight, but I think it's about he and I are pretty equally matched in skill, and it's about time he gets me. So we'll see. But so far, no, I did not. I was in a huge hurry, and it's a two-handed axe that he's using anyway, so it's probably not great to use. Alright, we got a Stardust, I believe, so let's go ahead and burn that now. Gets it out of my inventory and gets that fight over quickly. So, but no, I love Aegis Shield, but primary reason I love Aegis Shield is because Aegis Shield was the name of our Adamant Cup group. 2 ice brands for Cecil. Okie dokie. That will help us if there's a ruby. That's not a bad spot. I don't regret looting there. Let's just see who you really are. Dr. Luggage. Dr. Luggage, by the way, is weak against Sid's hammer. And I wish I had a kamikaze because I could try to crumble skip here, but I don't. Grrr. Like I said, Boundab's weak against that one. I don't see a kamikaze in there. So we just won't worry about the crumble skip. Now the real fight. Will he get to say watch? Nope. And that avoided the crumble skip because of him, so I don't have to worry about that, so that's good. Alright, give us a character. There's Best Boy Kane. Get your canes up, folks. Kane's here. Alright, who will save us from petrification? Or from the collapsing walls? This was added in the 4.5 version of the randomizer back at the start of the year. We have dead people. Looks like a dead soldier and a Black Obsidian mage getting assaulted by Baron. Alright, we're looking for Hook here. Package. Well, you know what? Since it's here, and since we can, we're going to make a quick stop. For those of you who are viewers, this is Film Friends. We are imitating a live movie. There's Porom too, so this is actually required. We are doing a live movie as part of this seed. And we've kind of stuck the plot, and you can see it up in the objectives and with the characters we've chosen. I did tell everybody before we started and in the header that there is a secret meta objective that is not listed. Delivering the package is that secret objective. And so I went ahead and did it for that mean purpose, but since Palom's here, we're going to go ahead and take him. And toward the end of the stream, I may let anybody who can guess what movie we're doing know what they might be able to figure out what why the meta objective is there. The reason the meta objective was not written in with the other objectives is it is somewhat inappropriate. But I thought the joke was worth making, and I am very much a man of the jokes. So this is definitely a little bit wasteful as far as speed, especially if we find Porom on the hook route. But okay, let's find this boss and get our Porom. It would be really fun if one of the required bosses is here. That animated emote is, by the way, that Zoidbot mentioned, is due back from the animator tomorrow evening. So hopefully we'll see it at the end of the weekend. That's a little ugly. Of course, he has no hit points, so not so bad. We'll take our Porom. let us go to Cave Magnus, because I think that's where the hook has to be too. Cave Magnus has been valuable in this club, and boy howdy, it's going to be valuable again today. And once we get to an animated spot, I will check the hook off because I've used it. This feels awful slow getting underground though. We are 35 minutes in and we're still going to be another 5 before we go down the hook route. But I don't really regret anything I've done. Alright, anybody who has him, Black Chocobo is available. He won the Chocobo of a different color contest last night. So he will be here until end of our stream tonight at the earliest. And maybe longer. We'll also note our friend Sarzak is well on his way to getting a Black Chocobo badge. Palom, you need some stuff. Let's get you a Sork robe, and a rune ring, and a Lilith rod, and that'll make you a lot better and improve your survivability. Kane, I don't have I got a Blizzard Spear for you. I'm not sure I have armor. Actually, yeah, I don't have armor for you yet, buddy. I mean, you're not getting back row glitch just because there's too many other people who benefit from being in the back row. Alright, well, we got a randomized harp song coming here, some interesting random music to listen to, so I'm going to go dark for a minute once we get into this fight, so we can hopefully enjoy the harp tunes with Eddie. This is Zelda music. I want to say this is Zelda Ocarina of Time. And there's a required boss. That should be Hook. Bingo. Unfortunately, this one won't be hidden. Everybody has to come here and find it. So now it's Lower Babel. Judo Valley. Very nice. Alright, let's go do some hook route. So we are not quite in go mode because we have to find either Dark Elf or the Magma Key, and we have to find a way to Zeromus. Those are the two pieces we're missing now. I feel kind of mediocre about this hook route because I need more experience on Palom, frankly. So we're going to try and grab both the trap chests on the way down. The Mad Ogre one's the real critical one, though. Let's go get our hovercraft first, though. And while we do that, let's poke in here just to make sure that this is not going to be Dark Elf. That's Golbez. We will leave that alone. Nice to have that gone, though. Alright, Cave Eblin it is. Still looking for a great Cecil weapon and a great Cane weapon. I got excited for a second when I saw that Stardust. A Stardust rod would be ideal for Palom, but that's not what that was. And we will shop here looking for sirens, Bacchus wines, coffins, and hourglasses. Those are all useful things to have. Hello. Bye-bye Spear, bye-bye Cloth, Iron Ring, get rid of one Ice Brand, Cat Claw, Crystal Shield, Silent Staff can go, Diamond can go, Aegis Shield will probably go, but we'll hold it for... Bye-bye Aegis Shield. Camping gear, and one or two extra Star Veils never hurt anybody. Nothing that I still feel really great about there, and nothing great there. I hope we bought a couple coffins. Did we buy coffins? Yes, we did. We bought 10 coffins. That's plenty. Artie Bow. That's one of the things we're looking for. Dwarf Axle Back Row Cane if I really want it, which I'm not sure I really do. Second Artie Bow. Well, we could do Archer Cecil. That's always fun. Wizard, Black Sword. Another Zeus Gauntlet. Be real nice on Kane if I get him a better weapon. Nice on Sid otherwise. There's the monster box. We'll check these two and then we'll go in. Sid should have put his Artie Bow on. Make him faster. And that sleep is not what I want, but we're okay right now. You just keep picking on Sid. I see how y'all roll. Okay, and we will clean the party up a little bit here. I kind of hope this is not Palom here because it makes the package check better. That's a holy sword for Cecil. Alright, we'll clean that up in just a second when we see this character check. Another Cecil. And we have another Sparkle coming up. So that could be Ogo, which is unpleasant. All three of those have their problems here. But Cecil's got a good enough weapon now, so it's really, we're looking for a weapon for Kane, and I think we're going to stop looting for that now. Okay, let's get your Lightbringer on. Kane, we're going to put on you a Rune Axe, because I think that's the right answer for you. I don't think I have anything better for you for armor or anything either. And Sid needs his, let's see. And the other thing we want to do is we want to change this around. Where we stuck Palin in the back row. And we'll stick Cecil and Sid up front. And finally, we're going to get his arty bow up because we want to have him ready to go and have him get the bonus from the agility, because arty bow is worth 15 extra agility in the battle. Kane, you got to hold on as best you can, but you're not in great health situation. Not too worried about the Zeus Rage unless I see an Odin. In which case it could be useful. We're going to just keep looking here till we find the Mad Ogre chest, and then we're done messing with chests too much. Rune Ring. Not bad if I want to give something to Porom, but that stat is not a great one for her. That's more a black magic item. But we'll do it. Okay. Got these hourglass wands, so we'll do it. And we'll let the Bashing Brothers get to work here. But between Kane, let's see, we need to get Kane back up. So let's do that. Nice shot, Sid. This is why we buy a ton of life potions. Alright, and now we just burn this last one down. Kane, can you do it? Yes, you can. That rune axe and that damage bonus are nice things. Still feeling like I'm really slow on the hook route, but most of it get slow just getting the hook. And I've got that Palom, which a lot of people do. Oh, hello. This is a randomized version of what was Final Fantasy II in the United States, the original North American release. It's been randomized to change a little bit of quite a few things about how the game works. I don't know if you've ever heard of Free Enterprise, but what it does is it takes several plot-centric items, scatters them throughout the game for us to find, moves all the bosses, all the treasures, all the characters around, and can be tweaked around pretty good depending on what you want to, how you want to play it. So this is pretty randomized version of the game, and it's called Free Enterprise. Hello, Satosh. How are you today? Hope you're having a good one. All right. Well, that's a crystal sword, and we got a big Cecil. Let's go, adamant sword, crystal sword, Cecil. Let's go wreck shop. I'm frankly not fair. This is some form of Mylon Z. Mylon or Mylon and Friends. Alright. Crystal sword. This is big Mylon, and you are not going to like this crystal sword very much at all. Yeah, they've actually got the outfits of the characters randomized in there too. They've got a pool of them so that they come in and look differently, especially for seeds, differently from ours where there are duplicate characters allowed. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, sir. But yeah, if you have any questions about what this is or how it works, let me know. It's actually a really fun randomizer to play. The community is really great. We're a newer player style club for what we like to do. And these lunars. Well, we're going to be a little risky here, but that's because Cecil's got the big hit. So they're going to start throwing virus at us in a minute here, which is going to be a little tricky, but I think we'll be all right. Assuming Cecil. That adamant armor is doing good stuff for Cecil. Wow, they are fast. Cecil, you gonna get a turn here, bud? This could be a little rougher. Well, I hope I didn't just mess everything up here with what I tried. This is maybe a bad strategy. And that should be no problem. The elemental part of that armor will absorb pretty well. And that should do it. Thank you, Abarb. Alright, well, that completes the hook route, one of the two paths we have to get underground, and based on our flag set, this was the way we had to go. If we can avoid any pitfalls, we'll be in good shape. Yeah, that was close. That could have gone badly. So I'm feeling very lucky, especially because I didn't save. I don't think Mile and Z would have been a rough fight to do again. Alright, we're just going to peek who's over there. That's going to be an Ashura. And that's Ashura is classified as a mage, so mage fighting gear is fantastic. We just so happen to have mute arrows to put on Sid, so he can already bow with that. And Kane's got his rune axe, and we'll leave Cecil probably set up the way he is. Actually, we have double rune axes. Might be better just to swap it and get it done. But that's an objective. That's Keyless Tower. That's one of Elvin's favorite things, so we're going to go do that right now. We have 4 objectives, so this is the one we knew we could do right away. If we're lucky, we get the magma key out of it, but we still also need a path to Zeromus to win the game. Alright, we will burn a cabin right out here. And up we go. Let's get ourselves a save. But yeah, that was a close fight. That was a little riskier than I probably should have taken, but the smart play against the D-Lunars is to have somebody put up a Star Veil and sit and wait and then reflect their stupid breath attack back at them, because while they're normally immune to be hitting by stuff, their breath is a special attack that players don't have access to, and the devs never thought about the possibility that you would use wall and reflect it back at them. So when they cast it, they'll turn themselves into these little frog things, and it's a fairly free fight. What I did was I was hoping would be faster. Might have been, I don't know. But it was a lot closer than it should have been, and I took a lot fewer characters through with the XP that I could have. That being said, this is a safety save. I'm not sure we really need it, but we'll take it. We're again hoping that that package check is something a lot of people didn't want to do. The package requires sitting through a cutscene, but it gave us that Palom we wanted, and the farther Palom's buried in the seed, the better it is for us. Alright. Let's zerk our boys. Okie dokie, what can we do today? Let's see how Cecil does with his back row glitch and his fancy big crystal sword. You needed to swap to mute arrows. That was a mistake. And she's got Cure 4 face on, which is not good. No, it's Cure 3 face, excuse me. The red one is Cure 4. And let's Berserk up Kane, because he's ready to go. And he's faster. Quack Kid online, and she gets a full heal. Cure 3's fine. I'm okay with locking her on this face if I can. We're going to hope that Kane and Sid just are going to town now. Let's get some mute arrows up. That's the Cure 4 face. That's not what I want. That's the life face. That's where we want to be. Good shot, Sid. That's Cure 3 face again. Not what I want. There's Cure 3. Need to hit her now. And that Cure 3 is not doing too much, and I want to get off that Cure 4 face if I can. There we go. Good job, Sid. That was a nice shot. Alright, 3 out of 4. But we don't have the fourth, path to the fourth. We don't have our, there's Magma Key. We are lacking a path to Zeromus. That's actually really good for us. So we got a couple options here, but we're going to start probably with doing Sirens and then going to get the Feymarsh freebie. I wish I had some better dragon killing gear, but I don't. But we're just going to run through those sirens. We're going to get end level ready, and then we're going to go start trying to get finished up. But I've only got 7 key items right now. Not even that, I've got 6 key items. It's not worth the time. I'm going to be looking through all those checks right away before I grind, because I may want to take those Fey March bosses if they're down there and doable. Alright, siren time. Oh, this is the seed of do your objectives, for crying out loud. Get our safety save on. We'll get our sirens up here. Not quite 30 sirens in a dream, but we'll get it pretty good. See if Crystal Sword Cecil can one-shot it. Yes, he can. This should go pretty fast, but it's going to be a little bit unexciting, so if you want to spam emotes, goof around, or do other funny things, let me know. Go Cecil. But I mean, this should be plenty good. I'd love to have grabbed some Bacchus wine at some point, but yep, we saw him sitting in the waterfall, and thankfully we do not have to deal with him today. So if you want to watch for progress, we're looking to get Porom up to level 52. That's where Nuke is, but I don't think we're going to go quite that high because this is going to be a berserk party. So we're going to try and get Cecil up around 3,000, Cecil and Kane, and sit up around 3,000 hit points apiece, and then dump a bunch of apples on Porom and call it good. Because we did get those apples, so that's a good use of them. But we'll drop all 20 sirens, I think. Well, it feels good how we're playing it so far. My only worry is I didn't buy enough sirens. And we're not going to loot the rest of the way, I don't think, either. We'll look in 1 or 2 places, but I've got almost everything I need. I would have loved to have gotten some more life potions, and that's going to be the only other real trick of it that's going to be weird, but I feel like I overlooted already anyhow. Now we wait, because we were surprised by this egg that's just sitting there by itself. And now we're at the point where things are slowing down a little bit. Possum usually calls this strat 30 sirens in a dream, which we would have been better with 30, but that's guaranteed to get rid of the nuke. Porom only needs about 200,000 less, though. And 200,000 less is about 7 sirens, so hopefully the 21 we have are going to put us close, and then the experience we gain from other bosses will get us over the top. It's a lot easier if Porom has nuke. So the next question is, do we just do Dwarf Castle? Because we have a warp glitch, Dwarf Castle is 2 key item checks. And all we need is that in the past. There's technically 3 down in the Fey March, but we have to, one of them's free, and the other 2 are not. It's a hard call. But the other thing is the freebie is a K-main item, as are the 2 in the 2 from Dwarf Castle are both K-mains, so their odds are better. But there's 2 K summons down there, and the boss fights are much more difficult. Getting there. Porom is probably 7 or 8 away from getting nuke. The next big thing for him is when he gets to the mid-40s and gets fatal. Which I think is going to be in 1 or 2 levels, if I remember right. Cecil's starting to really hit like a tank, too. And we'll get those Sammy arrows on Sid in a minute. Let's fact and see if we can get it over to him. Nope. Just not going to be fast enough. close to fast enough for Sid to get a turn. Okay, Palom's getting closer. He's about 7 levels away. But the other big guys are getting to where it's really getting Porom through the Z fight, because she's going to have to heal us through a couple rounds. I don't think it's going to be too bad, and I'm probably going to spend 1 or 2 minutes extra than I should here, but we're going to be safe rather than sorry, especially after we had a rough Z time last night. Okay, Porom's at 47. Palom's not too far behind that. Going in that item menu's a mistake. That wasted 2 seconds. 6 sirens left. We will have enough sirens to get to nuke. Palom should be about 2 or 3 away, I think. There's Cure 4 on Porom. That's kind of one of the things we were looking for. Yeah, it's not going to quite get there, but we'll get them close. And hopefully one of the fights we're going to do is going to put us over the top. Alright, wherever we are at 103, we stop. Weak is getting Palom real close. And I think we're going to go ahead and do Dwarf Castle. Just because I think I like the 2 full K main key item checks. And I like the fact we'll bust through those bosses faster. We're not going to stop in the shops. We're just going to go. Kane is not at ideal levels for what we could do, but I think we have 2 sirens left before I have to quit here. Would love to have nuke, but I don't think it's going to happen. I got 2 sirens, might as well finish them both out. Palom's going to be real close to it though. Porom also gets white at that same time, but she seems to be behind him in levels. And we're not going to be casting white unless we're going to try and, you know, do some sort of swag to finish the fight. But now Cecil and Sid will both hit like a truck and survive any sort of big bang. There's Medio. That means he's close. Well, we burned them all. Okay, let's go do Dwarf Castle and see if Grant made a good call here. We'll once again hope Palom is not here. We want the only Palom in the seed to be the one behind the package. Palom is 2 levels shy. Alright, first choice is get past, second choice is get darkness. Well, that is either going to be Ogo Pogo or Pale Dim, and both of those are going to be obnoxious but winnable fights. Ogo is such an unpleasant boss. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have not seen half the bosses though, so I think we're doing pretty well. Hi Ogo, I figured it'd be you. And we're going to Cure 4 just to be safe here, because I don't know what's coming in the next part of the fight. But you'll notice Ogo did half of everybody's health on that. Fires probably was more appropriate here, but second Crystal Sword Cecil swing should get him as well. Alright, that's done with. Kane's in low health, but everyone else is good. Palom did not level. Alright, so far looking smart to come here. Bahamut should be no problem. There's 3,000 health. Please don't be Palom. Not Palom. Great. Cecil should one-shot this. Yep. Great. Alright, so we have 2 key item checks here. Let's see if we're lucky. So if this fails completely, Fey March is next. If we get Pan, we will probably check Pan first. And I think almost anything else will go to the Fey March. So if we get Darkness or Pass, we will go cash them in, and we will check both just to be sure. May have made sense to do this first, but with the bosses nasty, I'm glad we did the grind. Okay, let's do the warp glitch and see what's going on. Darkness crystal. Alright, giddy up. Let's go. Okay, we're on our way to Zeromus. It's about a 3-minute walk down, plus about another minute to sit through the cutscene. I expect us to be in the Zeromus fight at about 1:12. Sadly, Porom did not get nuke, and we'll have to live with that. I feel really good about not going to the Fey March right now. If the pass is down there, then I made a mistake, but otherwise we made a smart call here. The only other problem we have is Porom's agility is not going to get a whole lot of help right now. And so we should look at that before we go up to the moon. We could have probably saved 2 to 3 minutes in the grind by getting these key items first, but I don't know how I'm not quite confident we would have done as well in that Ogo fight. So I'm not sure we would have lost that much time. Alright, let's see where Porom is. 25 agility. Ugh. That is an ugly, ugly problem. One that we're going to have to work on for a minute. We would not find a crystal ring for sale there, though. I don't like this. This is going to be really, really rough. And I could put her in the adamant armor, but it doesn't solve the problem. I really need a crystal ring for her, or a ninja hat, or something. Do I check the store up here? No, the store's not going to have that kind of stuff. This is going to be a fast Zeromus. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright, so we're going to play a couple of other equipment games. I mean, Crystal Sword Cecil makes this fight a lot better, especially with the adamant armor. He's going to be very fast. And we could probably play games and make him faster. Please also don't be Porom. Sid. Awesome. Porom has been buried in this seat. So we did not go check out the Giant, and we have not been on the Tower of Zot. And those are places where Porom could be. I'm trying to think if there's any others that we have not been to where we'd find a character, but I think those are it. So that's really obnoxious and awesome. And it means we routed this really well. So now the only question is if we're going to have a problem doing this on the bottom. Well, let's have a little fun on the way down. We're going to go buy 1 or 2 chests. We'll grab them and see if we hit a trap or if we get lucky and hit a crystal ring. That's the real jackpot. I'd love to get Paladin Duke on the way. But that crystal ring or ninja hat is what we really need. That'd be a real stroke of luck to pull one. And it's kind of stupid to stop and grab a chest, but I think we'll grab one. Nope. Here's one of the last chests we're going to check. Monsters. Hopefully we can do this. Please don't be Bimmy and Jimmy. Yeah, we can do this. Let's see if this is enough to get Paladin to Quake. Bye, Kane. That didn't do anything. It'd be Cecil and Sid, I think. Palom, you need to stay alive here, buddy. Thank you, Cecil. Good boy. Cecil should finish that off. Is it enough? Cecil got 1, Porom got 1, got white, Palom got a level, and got nuke. Beauty. Okay. Well, this just got better. Okay. I'm not going to complain. That was lovely. Alright, 112 was the goal. Yeah, nuke and an adamant armor to go with it. That's a pretty good setup. So we're going to put that adamant armor on Sid because this is going to be a melee fight. And we want those two to go as fast as we possibly can. That's going to be the only way we're going to overcome some of the troubles here. Alright, so Cecil, we're going to put some arrows. Doesn't matter what they are. Oh, yes it does, because we want Sid to have those, so we don't want to get that too blocked. And you get the arty arrow, Sid. Here are your samurai arrows, and here is your adamant armor. Kane. Doing this karate shirt to hit a little bit harder. And Porom, here's a rune ring. Okay, last thing to try and prevent miscues as best we can. Off to Ceremus we go. We're going to be about a minute and a half later than I'd like to have been here. Let's try and finish by 1:20. So the strategy, I don't have Bacchus wines, but we are going to start by having Cecil swap out to the crystal sword. We will Zerk, if Porom goes before Cecil does, we will Zerk Sid first, and if not, we will Zerk Cecil. And then Sid will get Zerked immediately afterward. We're going to drop the we're going to drop the silk web as soon as possible. Kane's job is then to put up a either Kane or Palom is going to put up a Star Veil to get ready for the nuke bouncing. And we're going to hybrid strat this thing down. This was a fun seed. I like this flag set. I love this movie. If any of you guys know the movie, feel free to guess. We are a spoiler channel now that we've started the race, so good times. All right, Zeromus' sprite is Zeromus can't be mixed with the other bosses, so we're going to put a random sprite in here for us to fight. We don't know what it is. There's a pool of about almost 600 now, I believe, to pick from. So the question we always ask at this point is, whose butt are we going to kick tonight? Let's go. Alright, Cecil, let's go ahead and get your, since you've got your agility bonus, let's go ahead and get your crystal ring in. I hope I didn't mess this up. Get your crystal sword in and drop the crystal at him. And you get your Star Veil up. Alright, and now it gets a little bit scary. I forgot to put my apples on Porom. That's not good. That could have been better. Nice. Alright, where's the silk webs? Bring them up to the top because we're going to be using a few of these. Berserk Cecil. But yes, this is a game that Asuka likes to speedrun out there. It's called Mom Hid My Game. And part of the game is to figure out where Mom hid your game and take it from her. Alright, this should nerf the first big bang. Okay, that's 7. Okay, Porom, your job is to get the heal up. 8. I didn't see that, but I'm going to assume it's 12. 13. 19. Uh, 29, 30, 36, 37, and now we need to do something to nerf. You know, we're about to hit the refill actually, so... Oh, shoot. Porom is going to kill Porom here. That's bad. That's bad. That's a huge mistake. That was supposed to be a Kane. That was wrong. Kane, get that nerf off, please. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. There's the refill. And now we're going to get countered, so if this is targeted at Kane, that would be very useful. I can live with it being Sid. He's doing mediocre work right now. Well, Cecil, you're just going to get us through here. Targeted Kane, please. Beauty. Alright, Kane's just going to wait to drop a life on Porom as soon as the big bang comes. Well, that could have been a lot worse problem. But we're okay now. And we're just going to let Cecil go to town and hopefully finish the fight for us. But I think that's going to be enough to get us through. Yeah, that's rocks. Alright. Get ready to pause the timer. Cecil, we're just going to let you finish it. There we go. Let's put our time in and see if we got him. Alright, into this post-race room we go. We are the first ones in. I think we got it again. I think there's going to be some people that are going to spend some time looking for Dark Elf or Porom. That was a little scarier than it needed to be, but we hit the refill at the right time. Thank you, S-Grunt. Oh boy, the mistaken Z fight I had the other night, that was not pretty. Alright. Thank you, sir. A-Barb, that is our new and improved GG emote. If anybody's using light mode, you'll see it a little bit better, but we put some outlining to make it look better. You'll also notice the Trog coin icon has been updated a little bit as well. Well, that's awesome. Okie dokie. So let's enjoy the closing credits. Sarzak, thank you very much for the GGs. I again love your double chocobo setup. What is tradition here is we'll probably hang out, we'll watch the credits, we'll find out where some stuff is. We will then start doing a little exploration on the seed once Beauty gets finished. I'm going to go take a quick peek to find out where he is while the credits start rolling, and we'll see what's happening. We'll also watch for the number of boxes. I'm going to guess I was in the 70s. That seems right to me. And if anybody has any idea what movie this is, please let us know. Beauty is in go mode and is just now raising the whale. And Beauty went somewhere and found the legend sword, which I did not. Beauty also did not find Dark Elf, but we'll go looking for him in a bit. But if Beauty's just now making his way up, we are probably going to be good 8 minutes in front of him. Well, awesome. 9 key items. Still didn't get to 10. 9 characters, 81 treasures. That 70s was not a bad guess, but as the joke goes, 12 too many. And we saw exactly half the bosses. 17. There's 17 on the tracker because while I found Golbez, I didn't fight him. I reset out. Okie doke. What's here? The Earth Crystal is in the ribbon room, so we'll probably go check that in a minute, because we always love raiding the treasury. That's always entertaining. We found this one by doing Warp Glitch. That was the Darkness Crystal. That was a good pickup and very smart. The other fun question is, where's the pass? This is probably Legend Sword. I'm guessing that's what the other one be. No, that's the spoon. Not really useful to seed. Beauty did not go down there because I don't see it in his tracker. Sheila has the Legend Sword, so Beauty did one of the Sheila checks. Ew. Well, Vabalis is weak on hit points there. That's where the Luca key was. That was completely unnecessary. But there's somebody who will probably sub-hour this. I got faith that a coffee and chocobos or Wylam can just be more efficient than I was. And I mean, somebody will fade Antlion. I mean, that's a play that a lot of people like to make. I don't know about fading Baron Castle, though, because, frankly, there's that check for the key item here. Oh, that's right, Antlion had something in it. Sand Ruby, and that was helpful. I mean, that got me my Cecil. Of course, you can get your Cecil on Hobbs, too, and that might have been a little faster. Of course, I did reset out of it, so I didn't have to do the fight. Dr. Luge had that required package. Or, yeah, that package was pretty much required. Okay, peeking at Beauty's screen. Beauty is walking down the LST. Rat Tail down there. That was there are actually 2 free bosses in the Fey March. There's the Pink Tail. That gives adamant armor. But yeah, I didn't like my anchoring situation well, but I'm glad that this party just carried through the fight without too much trouble. This Crystal Sword Cecil covers a lot of ills. And there was that required hook. And this was the not as useful pan. That pan ends up being a dry hole. Ashura on top of tower, who had our magma key. So, very double required spot. Both the Fey March bosses held key items. Interesting. There's the tower key. And that would have been a pretty big dry hole to go through, too, even though that they paid out. So I think it's just luck that I got things done like I did. And there's the Adamant Rock. Alright, let's have a little fun. Let's see what we can find. So we're going to start with the Earth Crystal. We're going to probably take a look at a couple who these bosses are to see if we can find where Dark Elf is. And then we're going to start looking for the package. Wow. Super duper free. You know, I am very glad that I stopped and got Nuke on Porom. That made a very big difference in that fight and was worth the time. Oh, Cecil doesn't have his Crystal Sword on. Beauty is entering the Zeroma's fight as we speak. We'll just wait these guys out. Where's my Crystal Sword? That's regular crystal. I want the Crystal Sword. I should have nuked him, but it's going to be too slow. There's too much. There's about 30-something thousand health on each of these, and Cecil's just not hitting them that hard because they don't have a strong elemental weakness against the Holy. Well, Beauty stopped and grabbed Bacchus Wine, which is an advantage over what we did. Okay, we'll grab our Earth Crystal. Alright, let's fight the inventory boss. That should be enough to get through that. And there's our Earth Crystal. So let's start doing a little face checking of bosses. We're looking for Dark Elf up here. But no, that was a fairly clean run tonight. I think that D-Lunar thing could have derailed me a bit, but I'm glad I got lucky and I got through it. That felt very, very, very fortunate. Alright, who do we got here? That's Leviathan. You are not Dark Elf. By the way, if anybody has any idea what movie we played tonight, I'm happy to entertain guesses. I will say Porom is the star of the movie. That's why she's our hero. It is definitely a very strong female heroine movie, and the female character that leads that film is definitely the star of that movie. So we picked characters like that, and again, the story of our movie is defeating Plague, defeating the bosses of Lower Babel, dropping the Magma Key in the well, get Porom, and defeating the Dark Elf. Did I put my objectives in the right order? Commander Leonhardt. Okay, I don't need to do this fight, but I got distracted. But let's make sure I put the objectives in the correct order in the post. Because I might have messed that up. Nope, Magma Key is first. That's how it's supposed to be. They're not right in my tracker, but they're right, so. Okay. Well, let's go look at a couple more altars and see what we can find. Then we'll go raid the treasury. Crystal Sword altar is next. Beauty's fight looks to be going decently. We have a big bang coming. Cecil is hitting like a truck for him just as well as us. Should save here in case I want to reset out of this boss. Is this Dark Elf? No, it's not. Usually this Crystal Sword altar spot has had value in this club as well. We will check the last two bosses on the moon just to make sure we know who's there. Yeah, Porom is throwing virus. He does not have nuke. And Cecil is just hitting. Kane found a big weapon for Beauty, though. So we'll have to ask about where he found that. Alright, let's go to the Murasame altar. I will also let everybody know my next stream is most likely going to be Final Fantasy VI on Saturday night. It's going to be fairly late. It's, I think, usually at 9:30-ish start. It really depends when Little Rydia goes to sleep that night. But I play that as part of a viewer reward, and Sarzak redeemed that tonight. So that's when I usually set for that, and that's what I'll shoot for. I actually have Dungeons & Dragons tomorrow night, so I will not be able to stream. And then there will probably be something on Sunday night as well. John Burkhead and I were discussing potentially doing a live race, so that could happen. It could be fun. We did one on last weekend that was very good too. There it is. And GG's Beauty and Discovery is finished with 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 59 seconds. So we should be seeing him in here momentarily.
I don't know how to feel towards you about rolling that alt gauntlet, sir.
That was an interesting fight, and I had just enough J items to get through it.
I did not. Wait till you see my script. It is... I probably spent like 15 minutes on that. I ran up and down ordeals 3 times. That was probably the most brutal thing I've been in a minute, and I'm not happy about it at all.
I'm so sorry about that. Where did you loot tonight?
Well, by the time I actually got through it, I looted Watery Pass, but I didn't do a lot of looting. Actually didn't do... well, let's see. I made a mistake, wasted Boreas on Wyvern. After he walled, by the way. Spent 1 Grimoire to get through the Crotty fight. So I had 1 Grimoire, 1 Boreas, and that's it.
So I burned 2 Grimoires on the first 2 fights at Ordeals, and both of them rolled Bahamut's.
Nice.
So I had a Grimoire, I had 2 Boreases, I had a Gaia Drum.
Yeah, I spent the Gaia Drum somewhere else, actually. No, I spent the Gaia Drum on the Wyvern.
And I hate to ask the uncomfortable question, but did you consider using one of your hourglasses?
I thought about it, but you know what really ate me up, right? So the first one I kind of bombed out because they actually killed me. What got me the second time and actually really tilted me, I was today years old when I found out Ribbon doesn't protect against Charm. So I put the Power Staff on Porom, bonked a Lilith. No, okay, so the first time I died, I bonked a Lilith, berserked it, which made it hit for like 200. So next thing you know, I'm dead on the second fight. Then the second time, I go to the other one, hit it with Charmels, charm it, and when you charm a Lilith, it just starts charming you back every single turn.
Yeah, I had that problem.
So I had to reset out of that one. Got really upset. I ran away because I'm thinking to myself, I need more options. Got Thor Rages in Mysidia. Thought that would do the trick. No, Thor Rages were only rolling like 50 damage. So out I go again, and then I picked up a Stardust somewhere, and
I had a Stardust also.
Yeah, I think it was Watery Pass, which I had not looted before. And so finally, when I went back, I did that between the Stardust, a good enough roll on the Grimoire, the Boreas used well, and then I picked up, you know, what was the most clutch? Medusa arrows. I sat there, I got a stack of Medusa arrows, and for the Lilith fight, like the double Lilith, I would just attack immediately after them and turn them to stone. And that was clutch.
Very nice. Well,
Yeah,
I hate to say it, I was extremely lucky in a lot of ways tonight. I played into the D-Lunar fight really stupidly, and Cecil just barely covered it. But the real crazy thing was I bought 20 Sirens. I'd found one or two more along the way, and Palom was 2 levels short of Nuke when I went to the moon. And I decided there'd be 2 chests I could grab easily on the way down. One of them had a Behemoth gating and adamant armor, which felt really lucky. That being said,
nice.
from what I could see, it looks like you found a big spear for Kane. I never did.
I found a gun gear and a white spear. White spear was in Eblin Cave.
I guess you full looted it. I partially looted Eblin Cave, but as soon as I found the monster box and the light sword, I stopped. And then, of course, I think you probably found that crystal sword go in Upper Babel.
Oh, you better believe it. And the adamant armor in Eblin Castle. So adamant armor, crystal cecil, just. I laughed when I saw Mylon Z. I was like, oh, hey, couldn't get much better than this, and one-shotted him.
Yeah, that felt pretty good. Well, I have some other fun news for you. In other interesting news, I think the real interesting troll of the seed is going to check package.
Oh, yeah, that was the only Porom, Palom, right?
Only one I've seen. I haven't gone looking yet. I did go and check the Dark Elf. I found him. He's on the Murasame altar.
Gotcha.
And I did the treasury. It was okay, but not great. So I was going to go up Zot and see who's in there, just for fun. But I'm curious because the only spots I think we didn't check are that in the giant. But if you do your so here's the other fun question that you may or may not know. Do you think you did the meta objective tonight?
So here's the problem. I know what the movie is. Obviously, I have seen it. It's one of I don't want to say the few, but one of the 80s movies I have seen.
Yeah, I have thrown a few out that you haven't seen. Well, I will tell you the other hint that I threw in my write-up for tonight is the reason the meta objective is not really being written down, among other things, is that it's not necessarily appropriate.
I do remember that, so there is one particular thing about this movie that I do remember being the talk of the town in terms of inappropriateness.
Well, can you think of a check that would go with that?
A check, is it involved with a key item?
It does. And based on the way you completed the seed, I suspect you completed it.
Interesting.
That is our secret meta objective.
I'll have to chat with you off so that I can make a couple guesses. Cause actually, I guess if people are here, they're not gonna run it. Okay.
Nah.
So we're gonna openly talk about what the seed is.
Well, I can ask my chat. I've got 4 viewers. Does anybody want to know what movie we actually tried to emulate tonight? See if anybody. I don't know how you are set up for viewership tonight.
Wait, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Aha.
I definitely did it. I got it.
Oh yeah, based on what you did it. All right, I've got a request in chat, so I will let you guys know. The movie we chose was a box office flop from the mid '80s. It starred a very young Jennifer Connelly, and it was made by Jim Henson. It's called Labyrinth. And so we have tried to imitate that. So if you look at our party here, I can tell you that, of course, Sarah, the heroine of it, is being played by Porom. We selected Cecil to be Sir Didymus because of the nobility of the character. Sid is playing the part of Ludo. Can anyone guess who Cain is supposed to be and why we picked him?
Hey, I forget his name, but isn't it the big creature with the horns that
Nope.
can't talk?
That's Sid.
Oh no.
That's Ludo.
Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, who's the little dwarf guy?
Hoggle.
Hoggle. There we go. Okay, I thought Sid was Hoggle.
All right, you ready for the first roll? Zot contains Cain and Sid.
So that's wow. That may be the only Palom in the seed.
Well, I'm gonna go on Giant and find out.
I would think you wouldn't want to go anywhere near Giant after last night.
No, doing Malay and Giant I feel better. But so for anyone else who's looking for the fun clues of what we did, we chose Plague because Sarah's given 13 hours to find her baby brother. And Plague, of course, likes to count down numbers. The magma key is entering the labyrinth itself. Solving the maze of it is being stood in for by having to do the 2 halves of Babel, which is why we threw the hook route as a requirement and made everyone go down the hook route.
Very cheeky way of doing it. I like that a lot.
And of course, Palom is baby Toby, which we have to get. And defeating the Dark Elf is, of course, we have to face the Goblin King. So that was the theming behind this particular seed.
So I think you'd like to keep your stream family friendly, so I don't know if we want to discuss the.
Nah, we'll leave the meta objective out to the imagination. There's one bonus objective that's slightly inappropriate. I will tell all of you I did it, And for those who are listening along, you heard me comment when I did it, so most of you will know probably where it is, and I'll leave it to your imagination to see if you can figure out why we threw an extra secret thing in there.
Why not? Why not? But yeah, it's that hook route was really easy overall. It's just that all gauntlet is so brutal. I would say it's really difficult on most Sea Hero seeds outside of like a Cecil that you already have a big sword for.
I don't know. That's actually something I really enjoy about the Sea Hero is that there are generally rewards for going up ordeals to get it done, and there are ways to approach it depending on what the party is. My bigger issue was anchoring at the end because I did not find much agility manipulating gear during this seed.
Well, it's really funny because my Porom has no agility manipulating gear, and I got her to exactly the level she needed for Tier 4, and she had 24 on the dot.
And mine had 25. The magic number you're looking for there is 28.
Interesting. I did not have a Z-fight issue, though.
My only Z-fight issue is I walled Kane and then I accidentally nuked Porom. That was not my smoothest move.
Oh, man, but you still recovered from it.
Yeah, and that felt pretty good. But I think all the big bangs I saw got nerfed. All right.
I only saw 2 because when you got Cecil swinging for 7,500 almost.
Thank you, A-Barb. Have a great night. So anyway, for those of you, I know we've got Satoshi. This is your first time hanging out. Please, if you're interested in this, I know you're playing Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. If you like it, all right, I'm getting revenge. There's CPU in the element slot here.
Oh wow!
So I am paying him back tonight.
Do you have a Crystal Sword Cecil?
Oh yeah, he's wearing adamant armor too.
Oh yeah, mine is as well.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow there. Let's see. Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time hanging out. But yeah, this randomizer is actually an awful lot of fun, especially if you're enjoying your Final Fantasy IV. It's a great time, and this community is a really fun way to keep playing the game and enjoying it if you're really liking it. So now we're going to play. Well, if Sid doesn't want to wreck things, Sid wants to wreck things. So we're just going to damage through here.
I will say the community in general has been one of the better I've been in on the internet.
Yeah.
And nearly every new person I see will comment on that. I'm not involved with any of the other bigger randomizers like Metroid or Link to the Past or whatever, but almost across the board, everyone's so kind.
Yep, and it's a really good community. A-Barb, who just stopped by here, is also currently playing Pixel Remaster. I don't know if I'll be able to get him out for this, but he had mentioned to me that Final Fantasy VI is next on his list after that. And of course, Sarzak was here to redeem the Final Fantasy VI playthrough I've been working on. Please don't Globe 99 Cecil. That doesn't help. Oh, it doesn't work because Cecil is wearing adamant armor. Or at least or he dodged it.
Even dodges.
Well, he may have just dodged it, but...
Ridiculous. Even if he did. So OP, no wonder. Okay. I'm just, for the lulz, going to go turn in the Super Forge and see what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's always a fun thing to see what we get. Oh, he's doing... Satoshi, who is a newbie, says he's a series streamer, so he must be working through Final Fantasy. He runs the games of the series in order. So... Well, good. Well, I hope you're enjoying that. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for you when I can. My gaming time is a little limited because I have a little one who is known affectionately on stream here as Little Radio. That's not going to be good. That's really not good. This CPU, bro.
It's absolutely brutal. Like, I'll never forget watching Zyrak just fall apart. No, the one he epically fell apart was the hook route. But that was second, and it kind of cemented his hate for it. I remember him
so this has been an unpleasant fight just because the amount of damage that has to be done to get through here. So we're going to stop and do this the right way.
Fauna staff.
See if Kane saves Cecil here or not. Thank you. Great. Let's kill the healer.
Let's see. I never went to Feymarch. Didn't take a
I didn't
step
go to
in it.
Feymarch, but I saw that there were 3 key items down there when I watched
Which
the
is what?
credits, which is
That
crazy.
was
But I
yeah.
basically I got underground, and the first thing I did was do your object. I mean, up the overworld was effectively a follow the path.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so
definitely.
and it had a fairly long chain because you had to do Baron Castle into let's see, the Baron Key came from Fabul, and
Yep.
then you had to do Baron Castle, and from Baron Castle, then you had to go to uh, do Harp, and that got you your hook.
Actually, I feel like I had Heart before Baron Castle. I think if you'd done music
You're
first.
right if you'd done music first.
Yeah, that said, I was kind of struggling a bit for levels as well, and I think that's the other part that I had already done the Evelyn trap chest to get levels before I got Palom. So then I was like, crap, I need to get that kid quacking, or at least get him to a respectable level before I take the hook route.
So I think what
And then I didn't.
I know how to fight this CPU, and I know what I'm supposed to do to deal with it, and it's just I get impatient, and that's my problem.
I mean, that's kind of the nature of a speed run, right? Is when you get those fights that just drag, you kind of want to start playing the odds and doing funky things, and sometimes you take that risk and you get burned.
So I will also tell you, Satoshi, if you hang around long enough, I met Beauty and Discovery here because he and I played in a tournament for this randomizer called the Adamant Cup that happened in the spring. And the next tournament, which is going to be called, it's being abbreviated ZZ5, I don't think they've fully released what the official full name of the tournament is, should be starting up, I'm guessing, in the next month and a half or so. They haven't officially announced dates for that, so if you like that, this is actually a fun tournament and a neat way to watch it. But the community's good. You'll find a lot of these races broadcast with commentary, and that can be really a lot of fun. And again, it may help you with your playthrough just because this is. I think a lot of the glitches and tricks that we deal with, some of them are fixed, but you definitely will see a lot of boss strategies and get taught weaknesses if you want to have that to help you. Of course, if you're just exploring the games because they're fun to explore, maybe not so much.
Yeah, that's the tricky one about watching the randomizers. You will definitely have at least some minor things spoiled if
There we
it's
go.
your first time.
This
GG's.
this is
That's
my
what I'm
revenge for
getting.
last night. But no, what I really need to do last night, since I had such a mage heavy party, was sit there and do the fight over and over until I could get Quake strats off, and then just sit there and Quake through the fight. That was the
Mhm.
correct answer, and it was time consuming and it stunk, but that was the way it needed to be done.
I forget. Pale Dim's weak to Holy, right?
Um, I I think Pale Dim is weak to things that are not elemental, and I think Holy's fine.
Yeah, it's not weak. I mean, Cecil's still swinging for 56, but he's not in quad 90.
Okay, cool. Well, the other thing, so this is somewhat familiar to you other than watching it. So yeah, so all these bosses as we find them are scaled up and down depending on the spot where they landed. Alright, and let's get this cabin up just to be sure we're good for this next fight. But so we're just kind of exploring around because Beauty and I run this club. We actually launched our weekly race seed for tonight. It'll be going for a week, and this is our chance to kind of peek to see what we're doing, see what other people are doing, and including some of the ringers who are in our club because a couple of the really top level runners do come play with us, and that's kind of fun. Thank you, Wylam and Coffee and Chocobos, if you're out there. Oh,
Always great to see a Wylam run, I tell you.
yeah. And here are Baron Guards, and I bought 10 coffins that I never used. So I looked at Feymarch was also eminently doable because I saw in the closing scroll the bosses down there, one of them would have been officer and soldiers, and the other one would have been dark imps.
Oh yeah, I saw officers and soldiers. But man, let me tell you, the other one too is when I saw that sparkle on the hook route. I'm like, that's not exactly D Lunars. I'm gonna be even more mad at an Ogo hook route. But
Yeah.
thankfully,
Did you just do the traditional reflect strats with the D lunars?
oh man, Crystal Sword Adamant, I Berserk Cecil and let him swing for quad nines.
That's what I did too, but
Yep.
I mean they started virusing like crazy.
They got exactly one virus on me
Well,
before
I
they
think
even
it's because
swung
I
again.
didn't berserk. There is a second Palom on the giant. And I feel bad for anybody who does that instead of collecting the package.
Agreed. I'm glad I checked the package. I almost walked by and I'm like, no, unless I literally get the Earth Crystal,
I'm
or he's at Dwarf Castle.
I'm not sure when I would have checked the package, except I had that meta objective in my head.
That that that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm I think I would have had a leg up on you then because I sat through that package very purposely. Because like I said, it was like, okay, the only way this doesn't pay off is if he's at Dwarf Castle or we get the Earth Crystal.
Well, I just sat there and kept rooting for us not to find Palom on the way down. And when I didn't, I almost cheered when I didn't see him on the moon.
Oh man, spicy. Well, the other thing too with the D-Lunars is I had gotten that white spear by then, so I had double holy. So between Kane and Cecil, they just chewed him up.
Ooh, Miss Cave is this ugly Baigan.
Check those.
I didn't. I looked at Golbez. I didn't come by Miss Cave because I had found one of my bosses at that point, and I thought, let's keep looking and see what happens just on the way. I'll catch Miss Cave when I come back to the overworld. And of course, I got my magma key right after I got underground. Well, other question: did you do Eblin?
Oh yeah. Castle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I did Castle after I got Cecil the Paladin.
Same.
That's actually what kept me stubbornly there, is because I really wanted to get him the Paladin so I could go kind of launch him with those 3 chests. So I knew we had hourglasses.
Well, the only other weird question I have left is where's the pass?
That's a good question. Still haven't found it. I just did the Odin spot. Hello, second set of adamant armor. Maybe, no, not sealed cave. Maybe tower key? Rat tail turn in?
Tower key had a key item. I don't know about the rat tail turn in though. Rat tail turn in didn't get checked. You did at least one Sheila check. Did you get Sheila 1 and 2?
Yeah, I did Sheila 1 and 2 because I got the pan.
Okay. I got the pan too, but as I got the pan, I got the darkness crystal and got into go mode. So.
I turned in Sheila for the 10th key item, which she gave me legend.
I did the entire seed with. I finished the seed with 9 key items.
Wow, you still, man. I'm excited to see you load up your script. I've already put my.
Oh, I should do that right now, and we can actually show chat if they're curious to see it. But yeah, let's do that right now.
It's gonna be real depressing to see my ordeals versus.
It's gonna be ordeals. It's gonna you watch it. It's gonna be one of those things where if ordeals doesn't happen, you beat me.
I don't know. I mean, by over 10 minutes, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, but you said you spent 20 minutes there.
Let me actually see. I didn't actually look at my morale. Where is ordeals? It's I don't even want to look at it.
Honestly, one of the worst things. I had such a terrible run last night, and it was important for me to load it up today, look at what I did, and think about where the problems happened.
15 minutes.
Right.
15 minutes on ordeals. Or actually, no, that's incorrect.
Yeah, I see that. You see ordeals areas is 722. I'm 722, you're 1654. So that's not quite all of it, but that's pretty close to the 10 minutes. That's, 9.5.
You know what it is? I need to compare. I haven't set up compare yet. Here we go. Yeah, 9.5 minutes right there. See, that's pretty much. No, you still beat me. Interesting.
Let's get this over here where chat can have a look if they want to browse. So this is the comparison between Beauty and Discovery and I up here.
Where else did I lose this?
Yeah, but I beat you by a lot less if that's the case. 9 seconds less in Zemus's room.
Why did they spend so long on Hobbs?
Yeah, you can see.
14 seconds on Hobbs?
What did you grind? Because it looks like you didn't do near as many. Oh, you had 10 key items when you did eggs, didn't you?
Correct.
So that saved you 3.5 minutes against me.
Also, overworld map. Just generally, that was me. So okay, so here's the other thing, right? The overworld map, like I said, I left ordeals twice before going back.
Yeah. So
that big time difference on the overworld
map
is the rest of that.
It's the fact that I got better loot for doing the ordeals room. That was the entire difference in the seed.
Yep, because that's I would say comfortably say that's like 12 minutes difference.
Mm-hmm.
That block
That's it right there. Well,
That's
let's see.
fun.
So I looted Public Treasury and Cave Antlion.
I did Public Treasury. I did not do a lot of Antlion. I only took the boxes.
And I want to say I found something. I found a good item of some kind in Fabul as well.
Yeah, no, there was in Sheila's Tower. There was something that was quite nice. I
Hmm.
forget exactly. I think it was an ogre axe, maybe.
Yeah.
It was
No,
decent.
I got a poison axe at some point too. I mean, that
Oh, I
was.
think no, it was the poison axe. That was really good for Sid to get him up and rolling.
Mhm. And let's see, and there was a very fortunate rune axe that I got to that really came at the right time. It just chewed through a lot of unpleasant bosses.
Yeah, that Asura, and then I had some mute arrows as well. And
Yeah,
Asura was
so
not big a deal.
you're faster in Kaipo. That's because I went back in and I got blocked by Kaipo Lady, exited out, and went back in and checked the weapon and armor shops.
Hmm.
I see me about a half minute faster in Fabul. I take a lot longer to Antline, and that's because I looted in there, and that was the J items that got me through.
Wow, this is brutal.
What?
DKC and K value. I might make it through. I made it through.
So
Tier 3
looking at
done.
this, interesting. When did you go to Eblin? Did you do that very early, or no? You went after Ordeals.
Right after Ordeals.
So here's what I
Literally
find
got.
interesting. I get through Antlion Nest about a half minute in front of you, and then you make up the time when we do Ordeals, which probably means that you went over, you looted a little bit less than I did, and you did. Did you get your Sid from Sand Ruby, or did you do Hobbs?
Right robe. I did Hobbs,
Okay, I did Sand Ruby.
and I looted the back of Hobbs, and there was a Sork robe and one other thing that was really
Yeah, I did
nice.
not. I didn't go. I skipped that boss because I had Sid, and it was. I just checked the boss and reset out. But I also see you and I both finish ordeals within 13 seconds. Well, excuse me. That says, oh, that's entering Mount Ordeals? No, we're right neck and neck for a while because it shows you're at 13 ordeals. I'm at 15, and then we go to Baron Inn. You're at 27. I'm at 28. So I'm 2 minutes behind you at Baron Inn. Oh, that's because you went and did Baron Inn and then went back and did ordeals. That would be it.
Correct.
Got it.
Yes. So Baron in, like I said, eventually I got to this point where I'm like, I just can't get through it, and so I went to Baron in and got a few more levels, and that's where the Stardust was actually. It was in Baron in itself. The pot had a Stardust in it.
Well, and
Um,
then you made up time on me because you did dwarf first. You got your key items. You got up to 10, and then you did your grind.
mhm.
Because I can
Yeah, that
see
was.
at most I'm running about 14 minutes in front of you, and then it becomes about 7 when it comes to doing things like dwarf and getting the crystal.
Yeah, that's got to be it because I did. Yeah, I ran over and did dwarf immediately afterwards because it was a double key item. And like I said, I was at 7, so I'm like, I get that, and then I just need one more. You have the free chest, you have Sheila one, you get the crystal. That's awesome. And then getting the pan, you have 2 checks there, so I didn't even have to go down Fey March. So that
Well,
was my
I'm
reasoning.
I'm just sorry it was so brutal for you there, man.
It's what happens. It's unfortunate, but I mean that's interesting. I cut it down to 7, and then started losing it again after that 2 minutes. I lost on you between the warp glitch and objective complete right there.
Hmm.
That's me running the pan.
Well, it's you running the pan, and in that same time frame, I'm stopping to fight that one chest to get Palom to nuke, which was one thing that got me through the Zeroma's fight.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, and then my egg grind as well.
Well, I egg round too. It's just I did mine before. I did mine before you. Before I had because I never got 10 key items. I did that before I did Dwarf Castle, and you actually made up.
Gotcha.
You actually made up a lot of time in that. So
Yeah, that's why between Lower Babel and Dwarf Castle, I half our difference, but it's because you ground there, and then I ground after Dwarf Castle. So you see, yeah, I made up by what is that? Wow, 7.5 minutes, but then lost back 2.5. So I made 5 minutes on that grind. That I think that shows that like if you're close enough and you have some logical things, like in my case, Sheila, it makes sense to run for that one more key item.
Yeah, it does. And I just kind of looked at it and I said, you know, I've got 7 key items. I don't know if I'm going to find more in Dwarf Castle other than what I need to get go mode. So I'm going to go down and tickle the Murasame altar. Just 'cause I'd like to
Yeah,
poke around a little more for that pass. But it's probably going to be somewhere obnoxious like Zot, and I don't think anybody's going to find it.
yeah, it's at this point, but I digress. I do need to get going for the evening, but GG's again, Grant.
Thank you.
Fantastic race on your end. Um, what a mean seed you rolled, but at the same time, it turned around on the back end with that easy boss at Lower Babel that gave you your second objective, and so I'm like, okay, I thought this was going to be like a 2-hour seed. Never mind.
All right.
So,
Well, thank you,
GG's
Beauty.
again.
It is always a pleasure to race with you. For those of you who hung around tonight, I appreciate it. We have 2 bits of business to deal with. The first one is we are going to run our traditional end of raid stream where we're going to talk about a chocobo of a different color. If you wish to vote for the chocobo, the color chocobo emote that is going to be available to people, you can do so. And everybody's free to vote, even if you don't. Everybody's free to vote if they wish. Good night.
I gotta come back and jump over and vote, man.
Yeah, you do.
For the vote.
But so everybody's welcome to vote, spend channel points, do what you like, and I will swap out as soon as we finish the stream which chocobo we're going to have available as an emote. And then after that, we're going to go find somewhere to raid. So 3 minutes, and the chocobo poll is on the way. Let's see who's running free enterprise tonight. I will remember to stop my stream after we raid tonight as well. I totally did not do that last night because I was tired.
Oh no. I still remember one time a streamer that I used to watch a lot when I worked night shifts, and he streams during the day. He didn't turn off his stream at his normal time, and of course, people being curious, seeing him still live, kept coming back. And it was just like his final scroll over and over again. And at any given time, there were like 2 people in the chat room, like 2 hours after his stream was technically over.
Well, Reckless Charlie raided us last night, and unfortunately he's already at Zeromus. So that may not be the right place to go. Of course, I see several other people that are out playing that are not showing in there.
I see Soapbox Gamer.
I do, but
Well,
is that Elvin? No, it's Elvin. He's doing the ladder race right now. Let's see if he's... Oh, Elvin is also at his final section of it. Is Plumeria Knight also doing ladder? There was a supermarket sweep tonight, so everybody who's out doing that is getting finished. Aha, Plumeria Knight's playing Final Fantasy VI, and let's see where Soapbox Gamer is tonight. We'll probably go to one of these places.
all right. Well, have fun, everyone. Thanks again, Grant, and I'll catch you next time.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a great night.
Bye.
All right, folks. What color chocobo? Currently, yellow chocobo's favored. He has not been favored yet since we started doing this poll. So that's kind of fun and exciting. I'm going to refrain from voting at the moment, but if there's a tie, I will vote for yellow chocobo. And let's go see who's on the stupid Mazamune altar, rather. Good night, Sarzak. Thank you for coming out. Is Saturday night going to be okay for you for that redeem? Hopefully that'll be wonderful for you. Always fun. This is, I think, the last appearance this season we're going to see for Crystal Swords, or for Cecil in general. So after this, we will not, I think we're not going to bump into him in the last couple seeds of the season that we have planned. But nice to get the win. I am probably 1 win away from winning the season against Beauty, which will be nice. It's not the high places in the club because we have better runners than us here, but I'm happy to take it. And he's going to get me. He probably should have tonight. I just feel bad that he struggled at the ribbon room, or the mirror room like that. Alright, this should be no problem. We have yellow chocobo. So we'll go ahead and enable the yellow chocobo, and we'll see what this is, and then we'll start our raid. Alright, let's go take a look at our emotes. We will pull out the black yellow chocobo from here, so he's available. We'll remove the black chocobo from there. They're going to be sitting as bits rewards potentially. And there's that. Yellow chocobo is now in place. Wonderful. Alright, folks. Let's go over and let's raid Plumerionite after we see if the pass is here or not. Otherwise, my guess is it's going to be up on Zot. It's here. Well, I think that tells us everything we need to know. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone for coming by tonight. It means the world to see people and hang out. I love the chance to get to play and hang out with everybody. So it's a lot of fun. We're going to go see Plumerionite, who's playing some Final Fantasy VI. Good night, everyone.